So, hello everyone. Could you please put a plus if you can hear me well and if you can see me in the slides? Okay, I see. So, if it's okay, we can then start our webinar, and today we're going to talk about halving, how it influenced our mining results, and how it influences our actual mining and our life in general. So, just a couple of words about ECOS, who we are. ECOS is an operator of the Free Economic Zone, which is situated in Armenia. It was established by Armenian government a couple of years ago, and ECOS was appointed an operator of the Free Economic Zone. So at the territory of the zone we have a data center, we have equipment installed, and we provide it for rent, as well as provide our data center as a hosting site. So we also supply original mining devices, and as we are a resident of the Free Economic Zone, we do have special conditions there. We have zero taxes, and thus we can offer ourselves to provide good electricity rates to our clients and good contract conditions in cloud mining. So, how did halving influence us and our mining results? As you know, halving happened on the 11th of May this year, and at that day, our mining revenues were cut in 2 times, which means that the reward for mining for the block was decreased by 2 times. This is definitely a very sad thing at the first sight, but if we look into it a little bit deeper, and if we look at halving in more long-term perspective, we can see that there are some good things in it, in fact, and so let's have a look at what they are. First of all, many miners who used obsolete equipment, old equipment such as S9 and miners, they started to turn off their equipment as it is being unprofitable for them to mine now using these quite not very powerful devices. So as a result of these miners leaving the market, the network difficulty started to decrease. And so now let's have a look at what this network difficulty is and how it influences your profits. In general, the profit depends on a couple of things, just a couple of things. The mining revenue that each miner receives depending on the number of hash power he has, he owns or he rents, the Bitcoin exchange rate, so the market conditions we can say, and the service fee that he has to pay for using his devices, for running his devices, or for renting the hash power. So the mining earning or the revenue depends on the network difficulty. So this amount of mining earnings, of current mining earnings per 1 terahash in 24 hours can be found on any pool website. For example, you can check it on btc.com. This is our pool that we use. And you will see this amount that you can expect daily from your 1 terahash of hash power. So what is this network difficulty, what it is, how it can be changed, or how it what it depends on? Let's have a look on it. The network difficulty is the complexity of the task that each miner needs to solve to create the block. If there are not so many miners in the market, if the competition is small, then this difficulty falls, because it's starting less difficult for each miner to find a block to solve his issue. So when there are a lot of miners in the market, then this difficulty it increases. So if the competition is big, then this difficulty grows, and vice versa. So this difficulty changes every 2 weeks. And now, after halving, it has already started to decrease. It has already decreased by 5%, and the next decrease is also expected by at least 6.5% already. So it means that your revenue is increasing. With each difficulty drop, your revenue is becoming more and is increasing more and more. So we all believe and we all expect that the network difficulty will be falling just for some certain period of time until the revenue that we get equals the amount that we used to receive before halving. So again, as I said, the mining profit depends on this mining earning, Bitcoin exchange rate, and amount of service fee that you pay. Each contract or each mining device consumes a certain amount of electricity, or it has certain service fee fixed within each contract, and so based on it, you receive your certain amount of profit. So, as for Bitcoin exchange rate, if we have a look at the statistics of previous years, we will see that both previous two halvings that happened in 2012 and 2016, they influenced Bitcoin exchange rate very significantly, as it grew. After the first halving, it grew over more than 13%, and after the second halving, it grew by more than 12,000%. So we believe that after this halving, the Bitcoin exchange rate will also start growing significantly, because currently it is just around 10,000, and we all expect it to be around 15,000 at least in a couple of months. So how do we calculate profit? It's not actually very difficult to calculate it if you have your contract conditions, if you know them, and we have created several calculators to check your cloud mining profit. You can go to website cloud.ecos.am and select your cloud mining contract, the duration of your contract, the amount of terahash that your contract has, and you'll be able to see what profit you can expect with certain Bitcoin exchange rate as a condition. So you can put any exchange rate you believe Bitcoin will grow by a certain period of time. It can be 15,000 or 20,000 or 12,000. You can put your figure and you will see what you can expect. And so, based on these expectations, we have created several types of contracts in ECOS. In cloud mining, which is sort of renting of hash power. This is not the equipment in cloud mining doesn't belong to you. It belongs to us as a data center. We are the owner of the equipment and we provide it to you for rent. So we have low risk contracts, middle risk contracts, high risk contracts, and contracts to the moon. And we want to describe to you, as you frequently ask what these contracts are about, we would like to tell you what you can expect from each of it. The low risk mining contracts have zero service fee. So it means that you won't have any deductions from your mined revenue daily. And the statement behind these contracts is that you believe in Bitcoin, but you also see that there are some risks from the market fluctuations, that there can be any ups and downs in the exchange rate, and you just want to minimize those risks and prefer to mine Bitcoins based on the amount of your hash power and prepaid service fee, which you have already paid when you selected your contract. So these are low risk contracts. The less risky one. Middle risk mining contracts have a little bit of service fee, which is 0.3 cent per 1 terahash in your contract, which is deducted daily from your mined revenue. So the statement behind this range of contracts is that you believe in Bitcoin, you find it a good alternative financial instrument, you believe that it will grow, but you also believe that there can be ups and downs in the Bitcoin exchange rate. And so these contracts allow you to increase your profit, but you have the amount of your service fee is not so high. It's not so risky in case Bitcoin exchange rate drops. So you just believe that there can be fluctuations in the Bitcoin exchange rate, and thus you don't want to risk too much. High risk mining contracts have higher service fee, and it means that you believe more in Bitcoin growth, that there can be significant growth, and when Bitcoin is growing, the service fee that you are paying is reducing, because when we calculate your service fee, we take your amount of mined revenue and we deduct the service fee from this amount. And as the service fee is fixed in USD, we need to recalculate it to Bitcoins, as we need to deduct it from the mined revenue. We need to deduct it from Bitcoins as well. So this service fee is recalculated to USD based on the current exchange rate and is being deducted from your mined revenue. So when Bitcoin is growing, this service fee is quite small. But when Bitcoin drops, this amount becomes bigger. So there can be such a risk that in case Bitcoin drops, the amount of your service fee will equal the amount of your mined revenue. So this is the risk. But in case Bitcoin grows, the amount of your service fee is decreasing, and thus you're getting more profit. But it happens only when Bitcoin is growing. So this is why we have named those contracts by risks, because each our client should understand that it's a risky thing. It's a highly volatile market, but Bitcoin can give you a lot of possibilities to earn a lot, but it can also have some risks. So you need to, when you select your contract, you need to understand which risk you are taking. And the contracts to the moon have the highest maintenance fee, the highest service fee, and so they are also intended for those people who believe that Bitcoin will grow really significantly, and in this case they will be able to earn much more profit, because these contracts are quite cheap and they have a lot of hash power in them, and they would allow you to earn really high profits in case Bitcoin grows. But in case Bitcoin drops, there may be some negative effect, maybe some negative profits, because the amount of your daily fee will equal or can even exceed the amount of your mined revenue. But as I said at the very beginning, the mine revenue is expected to be growing, and it has already started to grow after halving, as many miners are turning off their equipment, and thus it influences the network difficulty. It's going down, and when the difficulty is going down, then the earnings are being increased. So of course we all believe that Bitcoin will be growing, but it's only up to you to decide which contract to select, which risks to take. As ECOS, as a service provider, we are providing you with hash power, with really powerful equipment, most modern one. We are all constantly updating our data center, and so what we guarantee is that during your contract operation you will be given those hash power, those terahash that you have selected in your contract. We'll provide you with the power, with electricity, with the support. But as for the market conditions, we cannot alter it, we cannot change it, and thus Bitcoin can go whether up or it can go down, and depending on the contract that you will select, you will have your results. So this is that was the part about cloud mining. Now I also wanted to cover a little bit about our second service that we are providing. This is equipment with hosting collocation. As I said previously, we have a data center in Armenia which is fully equipped, and the equipment which is already installed, we are providing it for rent in cloud mining. But you can also purchase your mining device from our shop right online, and you can get a device from stock from our warehouse, and it will be collocated on our hosting site, which is also situated in Armenia in our data center. So we can plug in our additional devices. There is a question now, when will Bitcoin go to 20,000 USD? I hope it will go up really soon, but no one can predict it for sure. As I showed a couple of slides ago, we can see that we can see the statistics of the previous two halvings, and during those Bitcoin grew really very significantly, and we expect the same after this third halving. So I hope it will happen really soon. So as for your mining device, compared to cloud mining, this is a little bit different service, because you get this device not for rent, you get it for your own. This will be your property after you purchased it on our website. After the purchase, the equipment, the ASIC is taken from our stock, from the warehouse, and it is collocated on hosting, and you start receiving your profit, your revenues right the next day. So the main difference here is that you can use this device for as long as it operates. ECOS is providing you a 6 months warranty from the manufacturer, and the equipment like and miners, they can operate up to 4 or 5 years, so they will be providing you with profit. While in cloud mining, you get just a device for rent, you get hash power for rent, and the contracts always have some period of operation, which is whether 2 years or 3 years, but it always has some period of operation, limited period. So in this case, you are expected to get more profit, but the amount of your first investment is also a bit higher. In case the Bitcoin price fall, what will happen to my miner? It will shut down, or am I the one who decide if I can sell it or stop it to work till Bitcoin price rise again? Okay, as I have already said, the miner, when you purchase it, it is your property. You can do whatever you want with it. You just use our data center for for rent, for just to get electricity from us and to get some maintenance and support. But in case you want us to ship it to you, we will do it immediately, and you can definitely resell it, and this is up to you to decide. Hello everyone who joined. Yeah, you can ask your questions. I will answer all of them. So what I wanted to focus your attention on the mining calculator that we have on our website. After you register on the platform, you can use it in the account dashboard. You can put your own expected Bitcoin exchange rate and see the ROI, the return of your investment period, with this or that mining device. Of course, when we take different mining devices, they are all good. We provide the best mining devices from Bitmain, but they also consume a different amount of electricity, and the more powerful the equipment is, the more it consumes. So the amount of hosting fee, which is paid monthly, and you can pay it whether by bank card or you can pay it by cryptocurrency that you mined right from the account dashboard, from your account. So this amount of service fee hosting fee can be different with different devices. So how can I check that the difficulty is decreasing? You can check it on the website of any mining pool. For example, the pool that we use is btc.com, and you can check there the amount of your daily, the expected amount of your daily mining revenue, current mining revenue amount. You can also check the difficulty, the expected percentage of difficulty drop or rise, and currently it is going down. As I said, the difficulty is going down, which means that the mining revenue is increasing for us, for everyone who is in this mining in Bitcoin network. If the Bitcoin price rise, the electric fees rise too? No, we have fixed fees for electricity, and in case you decide to purchase this sort of package, ASIC plus hosting, you get those electricity fees fixed for 12 months. So it won't be changed for you within 1 year. So if we are talking about T17, for example, the hosting fee is 99 USD as far as I remember, and if you purchase it right now, it will be fixed for you for 1 year. In a year, those conditions can be a bit changed, but as we have a really beneficial agreement with Razdan Heat and Power Plant in Armenia, as ECOS is a resident of the Free Economic Zone, and so we have quite cheap electricity, which is very stable, and it really has good rates. Yes, hello to everyone. So you can write your questions down and I will come back to them. So as for the calculator, you can find it. You can check different conditions, sort of play with it and see what profit you would expect. You could expect based on Bitcoin growth or Bitcoin being dropped. And look at different mining devices that we have that we can provide to you. And basically, the conclusion that I've prepared is that can be made right now after halving, that the mining earnings are currently growing. You should not be afraid of halving, as despite everyone is saying that mining is not profitable now, that the mining revenue has decreased. It is being increased again, and it will be increasing for some period of time now until the network complexity is being decreased. What is the most profitable miner right now? Well, the most profitable, actually, the more hash power the miner has, the more revenue it generates. So I believe that we can check the calculator and see that Antminer S17 is profitable, and S19 is also very profitable, and T17 is also quite profitable. So you should not take this profitability which is current at the current moment. You should not take it as a fixed one. Everything is constantly changing. The market is changing, and as I said, the mining earnings are growing. So if you take one miner now, and if you check, we cannot say for sure which mining revenue will be provided by this device in 2 months, for example. We cannot say it for sure. We just can see the tendencies. We see that the network complexity is being decreased, which means that the revenue is growing. We also have some statistics from the past on Bitcoin exchange rate after the previous 2 halvings, and we could see significant growth, but it was in the long run, not just in 1 week time after halving. And as a whole, I want to say that cryptocurrency market and Bitcoin in particular should be considered as a long-term investment. If you want to have some immediate profit, then probably Bitcoin investment is not for you, because in the short period of time you would not probably see some huge profits. But in the long run, you can see definitely the profits, and you'll be able to save your money, because the inflation currently, I think, in every country is quite significant. With GPU miners, no, we are not working. We are only working with Antminers, with ASICs. Basically, T17, S17, those are our main devices installed currently. So if you have any other questions, you can ask. I will also follow up after this webinar. I will provide every one of you with some links that you can use. If you have never purchased ECOS welcome contract, I will provide this link to you. You can get it, you can try our mining. This contract is quite a small risky one. It has 0 service fee, so you'll be able to see how we operate, how we provide the mining revenue, how the ECOS account dashboard looks like and how it works. And also I will provide you with a promo code for cashback for purchase of any mining device. It will be provided to you today, so you can get some really very good bonus from us. So with current market conditions, is it better to have low risk contracts? Well, no one knows. Probably now it is so, but when Bitcoin starts growing really significantly, then the most risky one is the best one, because in it, for quite small amount of money, you'll be able to get a lot of hash power, which will allow you to generate quickly a significant profit. So that's how it works, actually. But you can try different contracts. You can check how they work, how they operate, whether they work for you or not, and select the best contract, the best miner for you. When can start the webinar? Well, actually, the webinar, I believe, is already ending currently. It started 33 minutes ago. What methods can I pay for mining contracts? You can pay whether with cryptocurrencies, so we have 5 available cryptocurrencies on our website, or you can pay by a bank card. What is the commission for withdrawal from earnings? We don't have any commission for the withdrawal so far, but the minimum amount for withdrawal is 0.0011 BTC. So you should get this amount first before you can withdraw. And as for withdrawal, you need to link your BTC wallet first to the account, and then you will be able to withdraw. Sometimes people just are wondering why they cannot withdraw, just because they haven't linked their Bitcoin wallet yet. Can you add live video for your mining farm on the site? Well, I think we can think about it. Actually, we do have some surveillance system, but it is our internal one, so we just use it ourselves for ECOS only. But I understand what you are talking about, just as sort of a proof showing that the data center is working, that it is still there, that the miners are working. I believe that we can so far provide you with sort of short videos from the data center, for example, once a week, showing that everything is still there, everything is still operating. Probably something like this. I believe we can do it. We can do it right now. Do you mine other cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin? No, not yet. So far, we are mining only Bitcoin because we believe that this is the most promising coin. But probably in the future, we will add some other currencies. But as I said, we do believe in Bitcoin, and despite this halving thing, it will still grow. The mining revenue will rise again, so we should not worry about it. This is just a temporary thing. What is the minimum amount that I can withdraw? The minimum amount is 0.001 BTC. And the maximum, actually, there is no maximum. any amount. What other product do you have besides ASICs and mining contracts? Actually, these are two products that we are offering now. We also have, as I said, ECOS is an operator of the Free Economic Zone in Armenia, which means that we do accept residents in the zone where they can get some beneficial conditions such as zero taxes and some other bonuses from being a resident. So this can be called as another service that we provide. Are there any plans to create new services for your customers? I believe that we do have some other products that we have plans for. So, but currently we just providing services for miners, and these are rent of equipment, which is called cloud mining, or purchase of equipment with collocation on hosting, which is a package, sort of package service. So if you have any other questions, you can ask, or you can always contact me or any other ECOS employees in our chat in Telegram. I will also provide a link for you in the follow-up letter. So we are always here to help you. You can always ask me directly in Telegram. I will now write down my account name. So, is mining profitable? Of course, mining is profitable, but you should always consider that the conditions of the market can be changing very quickly, very significantly. So one day it can be quite profitable or slightly profitable. The next day it can be really very profitable. So no one knows what is expected tomorrow, but we all believe in Bitcoin, and the statistics of the previous years show us that we are moving in the right direction, so to say. When BTC are withdrawn, will arrive to my wallet. If you have asked for withdrawal now, there is currently some issues with transactions in the network, and you should understand why it is happening. So it's not because we are doing something on purpose. This is because of this halving, which caused the decrease of miners in the market. So there's a deficit of miners currently, which are processing your transactions. So it takes a little bit longer now due to small amount of miners in the market. The withdrawal will be processed in the nearest future, please don't worry. And just you need to wait a little bit, because we are paying ourselves all the commissions currently for withdrawals, and so we are putting not the highest amount of this commission. And this is why it is being processed for some time. So, okay, so thank you very much for attending the webinar. As I said, I will follow up all of you with the letter providing all the links and promo codes. And if you have any further questions, you can always contact me in any means, whether in email or in Telegram. So thanks for your attention, and see you next time. Thank you.